Hi, here we are talking about male genital mutilation again. So what's been happening recently in the past week or so, Federal Sex Discrimination Commissioner at the Australian Human Rights and Equal Opportunity Commission, Elizabeth Broderick, was featured on the television. I'll leave a link to it about how she is speaking about sexual misconduct in the Australian Defence Forces. So she's got energy to spend on defending women against predatory sexual behaviour, what she calls sexual misconduct, and by men usually in the military. And so we know that Elizabeth Broderick is against sexual misconduct in the military. She's also against female genital mutilation. Not just recently, a month or so ago, she was at a big summit held in Australia to prevent female genital mutilation. I imagine she would consider female genital mutilation as sexual misconduct. Yes. The problem is with Elizabeth Broderick, she is Sex Discrimination Commissioner. She is supposed to defend both genders. She doesn't defend little baby boys. She doesn't consider, apparently, that male genital mutilation as sexual misconduct. If you were a newborn baby, the most helpless of all people, whether you're male or female, if you were a newborn baby and then suddenly had your genitals sliced up with a knife, cutting off 75 to 80% of the most sensitive nervous tissue, and without anaesthetic, and leaving you scarred for life, and just an assault on your genitalia. Elizabeth apparently doesn't consider that sexual misconduct. Some people consider that rape with a knife. I consider it sexual assault. I've got skin bridging on my penis because my penis was mangled with a knife. I'll leave a link to look up skin bridging on Wikipedia or somewhere. Yeah, skin bridging. It's ugly. It's painful. It's very hard to clean, and it's genital mutilation, male genital mutilation, and it's still going on in Australia. Male genital mutilation. Now, Elizabeth Broderick doesn't apparently consider male genital mutilation, male genital integrity worth defending. She doesn't consider the male genital integrity as a priority even. It comes after an adult in the army getting a tit pinched or a bottom pinched or something. She calls that sexual misconduct. But if I had to choose between having a pinch on the nipple or a pinch on the bottom, an unwanted whatever, I would say that I would rather be sexually harassed than be genitally mutilated. It's appalling, really, that she can't defend a little baby boy. She can't. She won't. She's not going to. It's not in her nature. When I look up the definition of hypocrite in the dictionary, it would appear to apply to her. She is Sex Discrimination Commissioner, so presumably the Sex Discrimination Commissioner is someone committed to equality of the genders and non-discrimination on grounds of genders. But Elizabeth Broderick, and all the other previous Sex Discrimination Commissioners, and they were all incidentally female too, they won't defend little boys. They won't defend the male gender against male genital mutilation, or what I would call male sexual misconduct. If you stick a pinprick, if a doctor makes a little pinprick in a girl's clitoral hood or clitoris, he will be sent to jail and he will be put on the sex offenders register for life. Elizabeth would consider that sexual misconduct. She considers female genital mutilation sexual misconduct. She considers a pinch on the tit in the military sexual misconduct. But she doesn't apparently consider slicing up a boy's genitals sexual misconduct. There's something very wrong there. I call her a hypocrite, I call her a misandrist, and I call her sexist. Sexism it doesn't only apply to women. Sexism isn't only misogyny. Sexism is also misandry. Misandry, which is the hatred of men and boys. If you only defend one gender as Sex Discrimination Commissioner, you are you're lopsided, aren't you? You're sexist, aren't you? You're biased towards one gender. You're biased towards your own gender, apparently. If you're a female after female Sex Discrimination Commissioner, I forget who the first Sex Discrimination Commissioner was, but there's been a whole host of them. Quentin Bryce, was O'Neill or someone the first one? Prue Goward, Susan Halliday. a whole host of them. I call them the clitorati, as I've said before. None of them will ever touch male genital integrity. They won't defend it, even though it can be defended under the International Covenant on Civil and Political Rights, the Security of Person Principles, the International Convention on the Rights of the Child. They just won't ever defend the human rights of a baby boy. It's appalling, it's shocking, it's disgusting, and it's hypocritical. It's hypocritical. And things don't appear to be going to change overnight. I imagine the next Sex Discrimination Commissioner will most probably be a woman. It will most probably be somebody who is sexist and misandrist and a hypocrite, probably. That's the way things go. It's pretty disgusting. See ya.